D-Conn. Thank you so much to Senator Murphy, to Congressman Frost, to Congresswoman McBath and Congresswoman Scallon for talking about this office again, the need to establish this office that had a life-changing effect for all Americans. And I think so much has been said today. It's impossible for me as a mother and someone who is in this fight because I want an America that lives up to a promise, a fundamental promise that I think is very important to every one of us here. It's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And for anyone who just listened to my friend Patricia talk about the fact that it will be 7 years tomorrow since she lost her amazing son, Guac, here's the question I have for you. Whose rights are being infringed in America today? Whose rights are being infringed?
All of ours.
All of our rights. And Patricia's right to be the mom she wanted to be. Guac's right to exist. And that is happening 125 times a day on average in America. That's 125 people walking down the street today who may not be there tomorrow. Those are fundamental rights being infringed. You just heard from two amazing survivors, leaders in this movement, Rob Wilcox, Greg Jackson, who ran the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. Those of us in the movement, so many leaders here today, a movement stronger than ever, had the privilege to sit with Rob and Greg just before they left the office, where they surveyed, it took a long time, everything that they accomplished. And just as Rob and Greg indicated, you know what a lot of that was? Better enforcement of the law. Ensuring criminals don't have easy access to guns. Ensuring that victims of gun violence actually get efficient services that they need. You know, all of those things not only are important functions of government, they recognize something that doesn't go away when you eliminate this office. Guns are the #1 killer of our kids in America. You're more likely to get shot as a child in America than have any other kind of tragedy befall you. Leave this country, every other industrialized country, and that is not a remote possibility. So when folks are talking about fundamental rights and looking for a lens to examine our policies based on the Second Amendment, keep in mind, many of them want a version of the Second Amendment that is a death sentence to all of us. And that is not the America we want. It's not the America we got delivered with a whole of government approach that materially saved lives and recognized every life saved, every American life saved to gun violence is a worthy endeavor. It's also deeply popular. Across America, there are very few things that Republicans and Democrats and Trump voters agree upon, but they agree we need stronger background checks. They agree we need better enforcement of the law. And by the way, I'll just conclude here, 59% of Trump voters believe that we should actually regulate the gun industry the same way we regulate tobacco and opioids. This is not controversial. So the question all of us should have is, why wouldn't we do something? If we actually really value American lives, if we want to make our country safer, let's build on the success of a material 50% reduction on average, material reduction in violent crime, and not go back to the bad old days that led to guns being the #1 killer of our kids. Thank you.